You know, when you think of a sari, you might picture this beautiful piece of clothing. But really, it's so much more than that. It's a canvas, right? A flowing story told through fabric and design. Today, we're going to dive into the incredible technology that turns that canvas into an absolute masterpiece, the sari printer. And we're not talking about a small canvas. We're talking about 6 meters. That's almost 20 feet of continuous fabric. Just think about that for a second. Trying to print on something that long, on materials from super delicate silk to cotton, well, that's a unique and massive challenge. It's not just about splashing some color on there. It's about honoring a tradition with flawless, perfect execution. So here's the big question, isn't it? How in the world do you print these intricate, vibrant, perfectly aligned designs onto a garment of that scale? And get this, how do you do it when that fabric might already be decorated with threads of gold or delicate embroidery? Well, the answer lies in a really specialized piece of tech, the Saree printing machine. And let me tell you, this is a far, far cry from the printers sitting on your desk. This is a seriously engineered solution built from the ground up to handle these incredible lengths of fabric and to navigate around those delicate, pre-existing decorations. This is where the real challenge and the innovation truly begins.
Okay, so let's rewind a bit. Let's go back to the beginning. Before we had all this digital magic, the answer was screens. This was really the first big step in trying to bring these amazing sari designs to a much wider audience. But, it came with its own set of trade-offs.
So back then, there were really 2 main ways to do it. First, you had flat screen printing. Think of it like using a series of very, very precise stencils. It was fantastic for getting these super sharp patterns and really rich colors. But man, was it slow. Every single color needed a completely new screen. Then you had rotary printing. This used these giant rollers for continuous, high-speed production. It was an absolute powerhouse for volume, but it just didn't have the flexibility for custom, one-of-a-kind designs.
And that brings us right to the next huge evolution, the jump to digital. This completely changed the game. It moved the whole design process from physical screens to a computer file, and that just blew the doors wide open for creativity.
The benefits were just massive. All of a sudden, you could print photo-quality images with incredible detail right from a computer. This method worked on all sorts of fabrics, and the ability to do small batches was a perfect match for the rise of online shopping and custom orders. It was faster, cleaner, and way more creative. It really seemed like the perfect solution.
But it wasn't perfect. And here was the critical flaw. When it came to the most valuable, most intricate saris, the ones with those shimmering zari threads and delicate embroidery, your standard digital printers just couldn't handle it. Patterns would get misaligned, colors would bleed onto the very embellishments they were supposed to be enhancing. It was a mess. And this is where our story gets really, really cool. To solve that final, crucial problem, a totally new technology was needed. Enter digital position printing. This was the breakthrough that added a whole layer of intelligence to the printing process.
So this is the key difference, right here. It's not just a printer anymore, it's a smart printer. It uses cameras and really sophisticated software to actually see the sari. It detects the borders, it identifies the embroidery, and it understands the texture of the fabric before it even thinks about printing a single drop of ink.
So here's how it pulls this off. First, high-def cameras scan the entire surface of the fabric. Then, the software acts like a brain, creating this detailed map of every single sequin and thread. And using that map, it adjusts the digital print file in real time. This ensures the ink is placed with absolute pinpoint accuracy, perfectly complementing the craftsmanship that's already there.
And the result of all this? It's transformative. The problem of misaligned prints and wasting that beautiful, expensive fabric is just gone. This technology can handle the most complex, high-value saris with total confidence, preserving their integrity and their beauty.
Now, this tech isn't just some concept floating around. It's out there in the real world right now. So let's look at a prime example of this innovation in action, a machine called the HPRT DA188SL POS, just to see what it's truly capable of. 250 square meters per hour. Let that sink in. That is industrial-level speed. This isn't some niche boutique machine. This thing is a workhorse capable of handling massive orders while still giving you the precision you need for a single custom design piece.
And what's truly mind-blowing is the type of fabrics it supports. We're talking about the exact high-end saris that were a nightmare before. Banarasi silk, jacquard with those delicate zari threads,
Sarees covered in sequins and mirrors, the most challenging materials out there, are now perfectly printable, which directly solves the biggest limitations of the older digital methods.
And that right there, that's the ultimate takeaway. This isn't about technology coming in and replacing tradition, not at all. It's about enhancing it. It preserves the luxury and the soul of handcrafted details while adding the speed, the efficiency, and the flawless precision of modern digital printing. It's the best of both worlds.
So this all leaves us with a bigger question. If this level of intelligent, responsive printing is already here for one of the world's most traditional garments, well, what does that mean for the future of all fashion? What's possible when our clothes can be created with this much awareness and precision? It really makes you think.